Hey everybody, it's John Thomas and welcome to Quarantine. This might be the smallest window I've ever seen in a hotel room in China. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, because when I first came into this room, there was some bugs like flies and little spiders that were coming in, so I imagine if the windows were bigger that could have been even more of a problem. I only keep it open for a little bit because here in Xiamen, it is a little warmer outside than obviously it is inside. Head over to the air conditioning and turn that bad boy on so that I can stay cool throughout the entire day. I grabbed my protein bar. It's 6:45 in the morning. I'm enjoying my protein bar because breakfast always leaves a little bit something to be desired. I'm gonna guess today that breakfast is gonna have a hard-boiled egg, a bun of some sort, bun or bread, like a quarter piece of a corn on the cob, and some kind of like rice congee or soup. And maybe a yam. Let's see if I'm right when breakfast arrives. In the meantime, I want to talk about the chickens outside. These chickens wake me up every morning at 5 a.m. with their cock-a-doodle-doo every morning. And it's kind of nice to feel like you're out in nature and you've got chickens. But I've watched all these people's quarantine videos where they have all these street views. I have chickens and a mountain, which is good. I don't mind it. I make myself some coffee with some Starbucks Via that I ordered also from Taobao. My room's equipped with a kettle and these two incredibly small mugs. These mugs might be the smallest mugs I've seen in a hotel room ever. As I was preparing for quarantine, I was watching videos and everybody seemed to get these quite large mugs in their hotel room. Then I got mine and I was like, oh, these are so small. So when I received the Starbucks Via in the mail, I dumped the entire packet into the cup, filled it with hot water, waited a couple minutes, and drank it, and it tasted like firewood, like a campfire. And I was like, oh, that's so gross. At that point, I hadn't had coffee in 6 days, I believe. I had already gone through all of the caffeine withdrawals. I had 3 days of pounding headaches where I couldn't even take aspirin, because in quarantine, you can't take any type of cold medicine or aspirin because you may reduce your fever and not report results accurately. So I felt like I was in so much pain, and so that's why I ordered this coffee. And then when I drank that first cup, I was so disappointed in the taste. I was like, maybe it's a chance for me to quit coffee altogether. But the next day I gave it a go, and I just used 1/3 of the packet and dumped in hot water, stirred it around, and it still tastes like shit, but it's better than the campfire. Though, my analogy kind of sucks, because I do think that I would rather taste campfire than shit. But this coffee will have to do for now. Let's run through the schedule of the day. Here is what to expect. At 7:30, I get a knock on the door with a zaofan, meaning breakfast. which really exciting. It definitely comes a little bit early at 7:30, but as you heard, those chickens wake me up so freaking early that I look forward to that 7:30 knock on the door. Around 9:30, we do a temperature check. That is my first human interaction. Then around 11:45, I get my lunch delivery, which is something that I order on a menu that the hotel gives us every Sunday night. And at 3:30 I get my second temperature check, which is also my second and final human interaction of the day. I was almost right with breakfast. I had guessed that I would also get some corn, and I got pickled vegetables instead, which I don't like and won't eat this morning. And then I got that rice congee that I also won't be eating. But I did get my hard-boiled egg, which I have peeled, and this huge bun. I haven't had this kind of bun before. Usually it's something a little bit sweeter, which is strange to say here in China, but it's usually like it almost tastes like a donut. This just looks like a big piece of bread. So I'm gonna eat the bread and the egg along with the protein bar and my coffee that I haven't finished. Doughy bread. A little bit like wet texture. Gym time. Workout is complete. Time to jump in the shower before they come and do my temperature check, which usually happens around 9:30. In quarantine, you get 4 towels. 2 large, 2 small. The 2 large towels, this one and this one, I switch out every day because they never get fully dry in just one day. So I use those to dry off my body. The small towels, I use this one as my gym towel. So every day after I go to the gym, I just wipe my sweat and then I hang that up to dry. The second smaller towel I use to dry my protein shaker. I wash that out and set it on the towel to dry, as well as my 2 coffee mugs. One, I usually mix some PB2 peanut butter in and then I wash that cup out, and the other one I use for coffee. So it's kind of like my drying rack, along with all of my getting ready supplies, where I dry my toothbrush and that sort of thing. It is a little strange where you can't swap out your towels, but I understand kind of the sanitization process, and maybe you can, and I just don't know how to do it because I can't read the directions. If you've been in quarantine and been able to swap out your towels, let me know in the comments down below so I know what a huge idiot I am. shower's taken, bed's made. I'm gonna catch up on some reading. It's just about time for my temperature check. It is almost 9:30, so I'm just gonna wait until that happens. I'm reading a book called Understanding the Dynamics of Typical People, as I just always trying to up my knowledge level on how to lead. And so far so good. Talking a lot about Myers-Briggs. If you know about Myers-Briggs, I'm an INTJ. What's yours? Pop down in the comments below. Would love to see if anybody's similar to that. Very much an introvert. So quarantine isn't that bad for me because I enjoy hanging out alone. Time for temperature check. Well, that was an interesting one. That was a surprise bottle of water at my door. I usually get 2 of these huge 5-liter jugs every 4 days, so I'm on my 3rd round, and never has water just appeared without me asking. That's interesting. I wonder if it was supposed to go to somebody else. Temperature check has just arrived. I think. Last time I thought that's what happened, but it wasn't. Let's check.
你好，你好，早上好。
好的，谢谢你，再见。Coming to China and knowing that I was going to be in quarantine, I brought a few things from home to just make it feel more at home while I was going to be in quarantine. So I did bring some Cheez-It crackers, which I did finish in, I believe, my first 3 days. I also brought some goldfish crackers, which, you know, I just love the cheddar cheese cracker situation. I did bring some peanut butter pretzels, which I happened to finish before I'm filming this, but those were incredible. I will insert a clip of me here as I throw them in the air and try to catch them in my mouth. Oh. Yeah! Let's try it again. Oh. I did also bring some protein bars and some protein powder, as well as PB2 that I can mix if I wanted to just dip anything in protein. I also brought red buns. From an exercise standpoint, I did bring my jump rope that I bought at Target before I left, as well as the stretching bands, because I wanted to at least get some kind of resistant workout while I was in the room. Some things that I wish I did bring, which at this point in the video you've seen I've already ordered, but I should have brought some type of coffee. It took me a couple of days to get that first round of the Starbucks Via. I should have brought like a pair of scissors or a knife. When I get these packages, I'm totally on the struggle bus opening them because there is nothing sharp in this room. And I've tried to stab at it with chopsticks, but mostly my teeth and my elbow grease has allowed me to open those packages. I was trying to think of something I could bring to open packages to at least share with you, but I'm thinking just like a little pair of scissors would have been fine. So if you're gonna join a quarantine, you might want to bring like a little pair of scissors to open up packages if you are going to be ordering stuff to have it shipped to your room. Time to order lunch. This is the weekly menu that I'm given, and it's all in Zhongwen, in Mandarin, so I need to translate it. So I'm grabbing my phone here, and I'm gonna use the Baidu Translate app, where I can simply take a photo, change it from Chinese to English, and be able to read what the options are that are available for me to eat. This sometimes takes a little bit of time to translate it because it is a tremendous amount of Zhongwen words, but once it's translated, I can get a general idea of what my food options will look like. In this case, nothing looked good today, so I selected a menu item from a previous day, which they've allowed me to do on a couple of occasions. Let's talk about cost of quarantine. When you first get off the plane, after you complete all your COVID tests, you get on a bus that takes you to your hotel distribution center where your group is divided into different hotels, and wherever you scanned in, you end up selected in a room that takes you on another bus that then drops you in your hotel. So you really have zero choice of where you get to go. Once you're here, you fill out a couple of forms, and then you go up to the front desk and they give you a couple of price options. At my hotel, there were two price options. There was one for 308 RMB and one for 408 RMB. I wanted a bigger room with maybe a better view. I didn't know what I was gonna get, so I selected the one for 408, which is roughly about 66, I believe, dollars a night. So the quarantine stay itself was going to be around 848 US dollars. When they actually scan my Alipay, they put in 7,000 RMB, so it's roughly 1,000 US dollars. I believe that's for all the food that I get to order and water. They just subtract it from my tab, and at the end I should probably get a little bit of a refund back. Jiaozi. I got my lunch, and today I treated myself with some jiaozi. This was on last Sunday's menu, so I asked them today if I could have jiaozi, and they said yes. So I have jiaozi, and then some vinegar and some soy sauce. I mostly stick with vinegar. It's so good with the jiaozi. I think this is a mix. I think there's beef dumplings and pork, and there might even be some shrimp in here as well. But let me take a taste. Let me find out which one of these is vinegar first. That one. Whoa. Strong. These will probably be really hot. That is good. These are some really good dumplings.
Apologies, that's my wife. I'll ring her back later. Keeps it fresh. But I'll just text her real quick to let her know that.
So your ringtone for your wife is She's a Rainbow by the Rolling Stones.
Thanks for watching Quarantine in Xiamen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.